What's up, guys? Welcome back. I hope you had a good break week. I'm really excited to get into 1140. I'm kind of hoping we'll see more God's Night stuff, some more Loki lore, maybe more about King Harold. I mean, really anything. I mean, it's a One Piece chapter, so I'm not really complaining. But let's jump into it. We have chapter 1140, Scopper Gyaban. Oh, and what do we have here in the color story? Volume 26. I'll beat you to hell if you lay a finger on Payton. And we have Alti here strung up on like a dartboard with a bunch of like swords thrown at her. It's kind of is wild. It's wild that who's who like is so vindictive or like just wants to be on his own. I mean, I guess they were all kind of gunning for, the commander positions. So clearly they have, strong wills of their own. Okay. The Pirate King's left hand in the flesh. Why would we fight you over the key, old timer? Just give it here. Surya, what are you doing? What? Don't think you can take it? Why, you. Luffy. Did you know my father's human too? He used to be a pirate and he didn't fear anyone, not even the warriors of Elbaf. Dude, Zoro, he's been thinking. He's been thonking. And I like it. I hope it lasts. Luffy tries to grab the key and and Scopper just dodges. Hmm? 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 Scopper keeps dodging. Come on, old man. The sooner we get back to Loki, the sooner we get back to the feast. Then hurry and take it. Just watch me. Hockey? Oof. Yo, Scopper just like Conqueror hockey, armament hockeyed up the key. I mean, unless it's just like an effect, but there's lightning on that. Surya. No way, Luffy? Luffy's pissed. Nice straw hat you've got there. It suits you better than that helmet, don't you think? Duh, it's my treasure. I'm holding onto it for Shanks. Now hand over the key. Holding onto it? He didn't just give it to you? What a cheapskate. You've got it wrong, dummy. And don't call him that. You don't know the first thing about him. Luffy's so stupid. You've got a mouth on you, brat. And he shoves the key into Luffy's mouth, and and his whole head is taken the shape of the key. That's awesome. Huh? Axes? Grim throng. Luffy, dodge. Damn. Excuse me. And Scopper does like a bunch of slashes here. This looks wild. Luffy dodge. This is reminiscent of when, I mean, the stakes are lower obviously, but when Big Mom told Kaido to dodge Zoro's attack and now Zoro's telling Luffy to dodge Scopper's attack. He's got a fine crew. Let's go, Zoro. Right. Ah, this is that white form I heard about. Luffy's got an axe too. Dude, Zoro versus Luffy, or Zoro Luffy versus Scopper is just gassing Scopper so hard. And I love it. Brace yourself. Okay. And then is Scopper using Future Sight? I give up. Huh? Stop jerking us around, Gramps. Don't get worked up. I was just fooling around. You tried to kill me. You think we'll just laugh it off? You're still alive, aren't you? Anyway, the key you're after is right behind you. Oh, Luffy Tasso, everyone. This guy is. Don't be hasty, Rodo. If Elbaf is still safe by the time you decide to leave, come find me. Hmm. Why would I? Never want to see you again. That's right, you moron. Thanks for the key. But there's no way we're gonna seek you out anytime soon. Who's saying this? Oh, honestly, Shanks, you really think I'd trust him that easily? Fair enough. Do as you please, Giban. I don't know, like, why would I? I never want to see you again. That's right, you moron. Thanks for the key, but there's no way we're gonna seek you out anytime soon. This doesn't sound like something Luffy or Zoro would say. I'm confused. Maybe I'm an idiot. Miss. Looky. Looky out there. Huh? What's all the hubbub? It's a birdie. All that excitement over a bird? It's a really, really weird one. Where is it? Realm of the Sun. There's a school here. How perfect. I'll summon them. Very well. Okay, we have a summoning circle from Gunko. Who is it? Understood. I don't mind going. Just tell me where we're leaving from. The abyss will be where now? What the heck? Nah, it's fine, but we'll have some time before, right? You know, to get dressed and stuff. Can I at least have an hour? Also, what is the current situation? I'm talking about the provisions. What else? It won't do for us gods to starve, right? Hello? What's wrong with this thing? Is it the telepathic signal? God's Night, House Shepherd Saint Summers. Okay. This is bad. This is bad. I'm gonna be late. I won't make it. I was half asleep. Where are we going again? God's Night, House Lamassive, Saint Quillingham? Quillingham? Dude, what is up with this guy? He's like a freaking dragon. This looks wild. Oh hey, what's up, Shade? Yeah, Luffy really was frustrated with Scopper. Dude, you were right. More God's Knights. You see this dragon looking dude? A Kirin yokai. I'll have to look that up after this. Gunko? What are you doing in my manor? Huh? Shamrock's here too? What? We're in Elbaf? The summoning brought my couch too. Big surprise. So this is the land of giants, huh? Everything's huge. I only wanted one person. Why are there two? Good question. It's because you're meant to go home, Captain. I am? It's an order from above. So that's what it is? I suppose the situation in the Holy Land has gotten dire recently. Everything started to spiral downhill after the reverie started. It'd be best for you to hurry back there, Shamrock. Anyway, why don't you brief us on the current mission? What are we doing in a non member nation like this? Were you visiting Harold's grave or something? Now, why would Shamrock do that? Because it's okay. Anyway, all right, I get it. So we just need to nab those brats and take them back to the Holy Land. Although I guess these particular kids are a bit too big to just stuff in a bag or something. And those without the mark can't pass through the abyss. That means we'll have to spirit them away by ship, Ingrate, with our combined powers. We could make a game out of this. What kind of plan is he concocting? Damn. And that's the end of the chapter. So, okay. Why Shepherd is the family name of Peter? That's true. That's very true. Oh man, hold on. Now I want to uh, look this up. But yeah, why do you guys think that? Why would Shamrock be visiting Harold's grave? Were you visiting Harold's grave or something? You love how nonchalant the Gods Knights are so far? Yeah. I mean, he's definitely, other than like Gunko and Shamrock, at least with these two, he's definitely like humanizing them more. Like, and of course, I feel like we kind of expected that, right? Like, he's not just gonna, I mean, I don't know, has Oda ever really made a serious character other than like a Kainu or something? So I guess it's to be expected. Their designs are slick though. Shepard has like this kind of thorn guard on his sword, like some sort of, and he's got the little rose thing right here, so kind of like the thorny stem of like a rose or something. They may have a connection between Harold and the celestial dragon. Harold and which celestial dragon? Like Shamrock specifically or someone else? The name of the summoning circle is Abyss. Was that outright stated? And those without the mark can't pass through the abyss. That means we'll have to spirit them away by ship. Spirit them away. Yeah, that'd be interesting if Harold was connected to the world government. I mean, I see the connection between the idea of Harold being presumably an ancient giant or having the blood of an ancient giant and the world government being interested in them. I'm so curious about these like non-member nations and how I guess they were solidified to be those non-member nations, right? Because I imagine the world government's just like stomping around, swinging their willy in the air, trying to like conquer everything. And then they show up at Elbaf and they're just like, we're going to pass on this one. Or like they tried to like force the giants and they were just shut down. But I also can't really imagine that. Like the government, while it does have its slip ups, seems definitely like if they wanted to have an overwhelming force, they could do that. Like we never saw from Wano like precisely the scenario in which they were like, "Nah, we're good. We don't want to affiliate with you, world government." And the fact that the world government was like, "Okay, sure." Maybe it's just all economics and they're like, "Well, if you're not gonna pay us, then screw it." Summers? Sommers? Yeah. He kind of like, when I first saw his face, I was like, "Is this like a" I don't know. I kind of low key thought of Rayleigh a little bit, but kind of in a like Rayleigh from like another universe. Like he's got the legs, the tank top, like he's just in his underwear. Like it just seems like something so Rayleigh. And then he's like hurrying to get some pants on. Like he doesn't even realize that he's in Elbath. He's just like chilling there in his underwear. But yeah, Shade, you said that the summoning circle is Abyss. What page did you see that on? Or where did you see that at? Because I mean, I'm seeing like contextually, um, Quillingham, I'll just call him, says, and those without the mark can't pass through the abyss. Like there in that panel. When they say where the abyss is going to be. All right, let me scroll up a little bit. The thing that kind of annoys me about like the scans and stuff is that everything's capitalized, so nothing actually gets emphasis. So like if it is the capital A abyss, like we wouldn't know. Like if it's an actual like proper pronoun, the abyss will be where now? Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Yeah. Okay. So contextually, it kind of leads you to believe that that's what they're calling it. I really want to know how that works, like how the summoning circles work, like how all this stuff works. Do you guys think it's like, do you think it's magic, like actual magic? Um, because I every time I hear that, I just think of, well, one, it isn't Hawkins like his devil fruit ability is just the straw stuff. Like his cards have nothing to do with his ability, but yet he can use it like magic. And same with who was the little girl from Little Garden that could paint stuff and like make you feel like certain emotions? Like that seemed pretty magical. Oh, you read it in Arabic as well. Oh, that's really cool, dude. What was like the rough translation in Arabic? Or was it pretty much the same? I just want to check something out real quick. Oh yeah, Miss Golden Week, that was her name. Like that seemed kind of magical. So confirmation that Scopper has Conquerors hockey because he hockeyed that key up and there was lightning coming out of it. Anytime there's lightning, the community, creams their jeans, and is like, that's Conquerors hockey. I mean, it looks like it. I would totally believe it. Sanji. Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up. Like if Scopper is the what was it? Is it the left hand or the right hand? Probably I think the left hand. Yeah. If Scopper is the left hand of the Pirate King and Scopper has Conqueror's Hockey and Sanji's the left hand of the future Pirate King, Sanji should have Conqueror's Hockey. Especially because if you've noticed, each subsequent generation is portrayed as being stronger than the last, right? So like Roger was super strong. I think Shanks is stronger than Roger is right now, and then Luffy's going to be stronger than Shanks by the end of the series. Oh, Sanji needs it. I guess he doesn't need it, but I think it makes sense for him to have it. Because one of the things that I feel like has kind of always irked me about the community is this sense of and I don't think a lot of people really say it much anymore, but the idea that in order to have Conqueror's hockey, like I guess there's outliers, of course, but a lot of people will say, well, oh, he or she is a subordinate. They can't have Conqueror's hockey. Like they don't have the will of a king if there's somebody subordinate. And like that just makes zero sense because it has nothing to do with your ambition. It has everything to do with your determination to achieve that ambition. That's what it's all about. I mean, case in point, Whitebeard just wanted a family, and that dude is ridiculous. Like, he is a massive powerhouse. All he wanted was a family, but he was willing to do literally anything and everything to protect his family, minus Odin. But we won't talk about that. But you know what I mean? Like, Katakuri is kind of like in the same boat where he just wants to be a good brother. He just wants to be a good family member. And that dude's crazy strong too. Like you don't have to want to be the king of everything in order to have Conqueror's hockey. So I think I bring this up just to say that Sanji, one will protect, women at any cost. He'll protect Nami and Robin even more than that. And he wants to find the all blue. Like that's all he needs. For me, it's the will to conquer the obstacles that you face. Exactly. And that's a really succinct way to put it. Like I think that's really a smart way to put it. Um exactly. Like if you're giving up no matter what, and no matter what anyone says, no matter what happens to you, that's the will of a conqueror, right? And it really becomes like this kind of meta narrative of like conquering, I guess, the inner world is far more difficult than conquering the outer world to some degree, both in real life and in this story. And I think yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Do you think Usopp gets conquers by EOS? Because I kind of want him to, especially if Luffy's crew is going to be better than Roger's crew by end of series. I think it makes sense to have someone else with Conqueror's hockey, like a fourth person. Usopp is a god, so everything is possible. That's true too. That's very true. I also feel like he has one of the weirdest dreams, right? Because his is so abstract. Like Luffy's, well, we don't know Luffy's true dream, but we know that he wants to be king of the pirates. Okay, that's a tangible goal. Go to the end of the Grand Line and find the One Piece treasure. Nami wants to draw a map of the world. Sanji wants to find the old blue, which is also a little abstract. Probably going to be the result of the red line crumbling. Zoro wants to be. So you get the idea. But yeah, Usopp being the bravest warrior of the sea like, I don't know. I almost expect, and I'm not thrilled at the idea, but I'm almost expecting Usopp to sacrifice himself. Yeah, what's the meaning of brave for him? I think, and that's where I think the extreme is Usopp, might sacrifice himself to save the crew. The one time that he's like all the buildup of his fights, right, where he's able to run away or he's able to sneak or hide or do something mischievous, and he finally comes to a crossroad where none of those things are possible, where he can't run, he can't hide, he can't fake, being strong, and he has to truly deal with the consequences of the thing that's before him. And so, you know, and I almost feel like you can kill two birds with one stone because he realizes this, he realizes there's no way out. And then I think a possible lifeline is that he unlocks Conqueror's Hockey because of his determination, because of his willingness to conquer the obstacle. He unlocks Conqueror's Hockey. He doesn't end up dying. And then, he kind of ends up saving the day. And then he also realizes, that I guess that he had the strength in him all along. In your eyes, he's already brave, as a longtime reader. For sure. I mean, I think it's easy to see for us as the bird's eye viewer of the story because, we've seen him grow. We've seen him. Yeah, he still runs away. Yeah, he's still kind of cowardly, but he's definitely made progress. Like, he's come a long way, and especially Usopp as the audience member stand-in of, like, a regular person, right? Like, if we were in this world as, like, a flesh and blood regular person, like, this stuff would be absolutely wild. So, like, I get that he's scared. It just sucks because I think people are like, "Well, everyone else is doing cool shit, so, like, why isn't, Usopp, being brave or being, like, badass or something?" I don't know, because again, it's so hard to grasp, like you said, what how Usopp is even gonna achieve his goal when it's not something that's, like, tangible, and it's gotta come from within. Like, it can't just be everyone telling Usopp that he's a brave warrior of the sea now, or that, "Hey, you checked the last box, so you're a brave warrior now." Like, he's gotta realize it. People Did you mean people don't want to admit that they are going to be Usopp in the same situation? Because I mean, yeah, like, everyone thinks they're a Zoro when they're actually just an Usopp, or everyone thinks that they're a Luffy when they're a Chopper or something. Not that it's bad. I mean, Chopper, I mean, he is adorable, so I'll give him that. Because I mean, this is a world of titans. Like, stuff is crazy. I always think about too, like, if I was in the One Piece world, like, would I be a pirate or would I join the Marines? Or would I just be like just some regular guy sweeping like a restaurant or something? Your best friend hates Chopper? I mean, you don't gotta go that far. I mean, he is merchandise, which kinda sucks for his character, but I don't know, Chopper's just a kid too. Not much you can really do. And from that lens, like, Chopper's crazy strong. I mean, he hit Queen, which did, I mean, to be fair, absolutely nothing to Queen, but, like, he still took him on and was like, "Screw it. I don't care." So, I mean, I mad respect for that. I mean, he didn't do anything, but, I give Chopper props. Almost makes me think that he's gonna he's gonna, you know, cross hands with a commander or something. or like a God's Knight or like some other crazy enemy. Chopper is like a little brother for me, so I let him get away with a lot of things. Yeah, I would agree. Chopper is just a little I mean, he's just a little guy. And you can't be mad at a little guy. I mean, especially when he just like is super tiny. You gonna be mad at a tiny little guy? Kind of a jerk then, you know? But yeah, in all honesty, I feel like if I was in the One Piece world, I want to believe that I'd be like some cool ass like pirate or something, but I don't know. I'd probably just like work at a bar or something, probably. Or I don't know, like I want to be that cool pirate dude, but I don't know if that's realistically the case. I would definitely eat a devil fruit though. Well, I don't know if I would. If I knew what I was eating, maybe. I might take some chances. Like if someone was like, "Here's a Zoan fruit," I'd be like, "All right, I mean, let's roll the dice." Paramecia, I mean, a Logia, obviously, mythical Zoan, obviously, but Paramecia is like that could be anything. Like I could get the freaking shoe fruit and like turn into a shoe. Like now that would be awful. You'd do it for the NL fruit? Oh, 100%. I would do it for any Logia. Any Logia would be sick. I mean, I'd be disappointed if I had like Caribou's like swamp fruit, but I mean, I would take it. Dude can store literally anything. Like, dude, you just have infinite snacks. That alone makes like forget swimming. I have infinite chips and like pop in my stomach and pizza and like hamburgers or something. I don't know. Ramen. Like that would be sick. What's my rating for this chapter? I don't know. It felt really short. Um I mean, to me, there's no such thing as a bad One Piece chapter. And if we're kind of going off of like 38, well, especially 38, like if 38 was like a 9 or a 10, I'd give this one like a 7 or like a 7.5. I don't even think I would ever give a chapter lower than a 7, to be honest. I would say a 7, like a comfortable 7. I mean, it was obviously cool to see Scopper and like, get more about him. Really the most progressive part of the story as far as the plot goes was seeing the 2 Gods Knights arrive. But then, like, why do they want the children? Like, that just kinda seemed like it came out of left field. So we just need to nab those brats and take them back to the Holy Land. Like, I don't know. They're just I feel like there was no foreshadowing for this. Like, Shamrock and Gunko, it was established that they're here to try to get Loki to join the Gods Knights or to join some sort of faction of the world government. That was established, like, right off the rip. And so when we both get the introduction of Shamrock and Gunko, at the same time we get the reveal of why they're here, it works a lot better. Now, if and I say that because it's a little different because Summers and Quillingham almost act like they're being told, like So we just need to nab those brats and take them back to the Holy Land instead of like, we're here to take the brats back to the Holy Land, which to me is a big difference. It's very subtle, but it's a big difference. And then also like why Summers like is being told to go back is interesting. Give it a 9. Yeah, I mean, it was a great chapter. Don't get me wrong. It's just like the shortness, and then it's like, why? Yeah, why are they here? Again, I love every One Piece chapter, like not filler, but like setup chapters. And I don't know if you remember Shade, but in 11th or whenever we got introduced to Gunko, I was like, this girl kind of reminds me of Koala. Like, am I crazy? Like, do you see it? Like, it's got like the goggles and like the little hat and like I don't know, like presumably shortish hair. And especially when we're kind of getting like, you know, Stussy clone and then, Shamrock and Shanks clone slash twin, probably twin or twins, but um and then Gunko looking like Koala and the fact that Koala I wasn't Koala in Marijois because she was saved by Fisher Tiger. So if they experimented on her, like that checks out for me. You said Shamrock is going back to the Holy Land? Ooh. Um, he says the summoning brought my couch here too. So this is the land of giants. I only wanted one person. Why are there two? It's because you're meant to go home, Captain. I am. It's an order from above. So that's what it. Okay. I feel like the okay because I can see now that Shamrock is talking and then is immediately answered by Quillingham. I thought it was Summers who was supposed to go home because he immediately comments on what Quillingham said. So that's what it is. I suppose the situation in the Holy Land has gotten dire recently. Everything started to spiral downhill after the reverie started. It'd be best for you to hurry back there, Shamrock. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. I misread that or misunderstood that. Anyway, why don't you brief us on the current mission? Okay. Okay. You know what? I take back what I said about like kind of the plotting of this. Cause yeah, okay. I need to read more carefully next time. He says, all right, I get it. There's a little ellipsis of them talking. And then, yeah, okay. Okay. So we just need to nab those kids. Yeah. Okay. The pieces are lining up now. I'd probably change my rating from a 7 to an 8 now that I remembered how to read properly. She looks like her, which happens a lot when you have a large cast of characters. That's true. I mean, every what was it said? Like someone said something at some point about like every female character is just Nami, but with like a different hairstyle and like clothes. But there's certain times where it's like it's kind of too similar. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping, but the fact that Koala was in the Holy Land as a child and that this chick here looks like her, they appear to be roughly, I mean, who knows with ages, but like they kind of have like the same build and presumably near the same age. And especially if we're going to be getting the revolutionaries versus the God Knights. I don't know, just saying. I kind of hope it's the revolutionaries versus the God Knights because it doesn't make sense for the Straw Hats to take them on or any other pirate crew. And especially because the revolutionaries are in direct conflict with the celestial dragons themselves, not so much the world government. The world government as a proxy of the celestial dragons, sure. And that just kind of re-pissed me off because, like, what is Dragon doing? Like, I'm gonna be dead before I get to see like what this dude can do. I just want Dragon to have, I don't know, like the Wind Logia. Someone has to have the Wind Logia, and it might as well be Dragon. What do you guys think? Dragons? Do you guys? I guess one. Do you think Dragon has a devil fruit? And what do you think it is? Because I feel like dude for sure has a devil fruit. I'm gonna be a little sad if he doesn't, to be honest. You'll let me know in heaven what he did at the end of the series. I mean, we can talk about it up there, man. I'll be up there too by the time he actually stops looking east or west or west or whatever the hell he's doing. Like, do something, man. Do something cool. I mean, not everything has to be cool, but dude, it's been 25 years. We haven't seen you since Logtown do something cool. Like, come on, buddy. I think he has the win Logia, or like you could kick it up a notch and make him, well, there's a couple of options. You can make him have some sort of crazy weather paramecia, or you could give him a mythical Zoan because it's just like the flavor of the past few years with like we saw one mythical Zoan pre-time skip in the form of Sengoku, and then all of a sudden when Wano hit, well, and Marco too, sorry. And then when Wano hit, it's like, boom, boom, boom. Just give us something cool, Oda. I feel like he's not going to let us down. Like I think either him or the editors are very well aware of the climate of the community. And I don't know what people are saying in other countries. And I'm not trying to be biased, excuse me, about like the West, kind of being fed up with Dragon. But I'm sure a lot of other people are kind of like, all right, Dragon, like, let's get the show on the road, dude. Please just do something cool. It's like that little kid from The Incredibles who's just like staring at Mr. Incredible. And he's like, what are you doing, kid? And he's like, I don't know, waiting for something cool to happen. And it's like me freaking too. Everybody's waiting for something cool to happen. Yeah, dude, Dragon does kind of seem undefendable. That's why I think that Oda is going to do something wild with him because he knows, like, okay, I know. He's been looking east for like 25 years, hasn't done shit. And then he's going to be like, boom, look at this. And we're going to be like, oh, okay, we forgive you. I mean, that might be high hopes, but I hope that's what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might wrap up the stream here pretty soon, but any other final thoughts or questions or praises, critiques, comments, questions, concerns? All the other words? Just investing in the Dragon stock for right now? Yeah. I am too. I mean, the stocks have gone down since I bought in, which is a little discouraging, but I think they're gonna skyrocket here. Hopefully soon. Oh yeah, I guess I was wondering, I feel like, and I feel like other people in the community have said this too, that the final war might start here, like in Elbath, which I think narratively, could make sense because there's so much history, there's so much lore. There's a lot of, especially not even just to the Void Century, but to the Sun God lore as well. I feel like I don't know. And it just feels like Oda does want to wrap the story up sooner than later. So I feel like it would make sense to kind of kick it off here. Yeah, I think so too because it's like I'm pretty sure there's really no debate on like this is going to be a world war. Like the whole world is going to be engulfed from this. And Whitebeard kind of said as much during Marineford. So with the revolutionaries, kind of usurping or switching over different countries to the revolutionary cause, the world government kind of losing its foothold, um the countries that are kind of on Luffy's side, like we got Alabasta and Fishman Island and Wano, and so like a real upheaval is slowly beginning to start. And I think I don't know what the exact trigger is going to be for it. Um, I don't know because I'm trying to think. Do we know where Blackbeard is right now? We haven't seen him, right, for the longest time. Like we saw his crew go to Egghead, and we saw the stuff with Garp and Aokiji, which I'm still in the boat that Aokiji is like a double agent or something. I don't know. And I say that based off of this one scene. I don't know if it was like anime only, but there's that scene where someone tells Akainu that Aokiji's working with Blackbeard, and Akainu is like, "Who cares? He's not in the Navy anymore. I don't care what that guy's doing," which makes 0 sense to me. Like, as far as Aokiji's character goes, or I'm sorry, as far as Akainu's character goes, because if Akainu is absolute justice, he blows up the ship in Ohara. He's a to the to the T, cross the T, dot the I's type of justice. Why would he not care that Aokiji, someone who is a high-ranking member or was a high-ranking member in the Marines, who could possibly have trade secrets, could know, where bases are, codes to bases, secret rooms. Why would Akainu not care that Aokiji is now with one of the most dangerous pirates in the entire world? That makes absolutely 0 sense to me. And so that's what makes me think that Aokiji is somehow like a double agent or something. Like, whether it's with Sword, but again, I think and Sword seems to kind of still be a mystery, but I think Akainu knows that Aokiji is either a part of Sword or is doing some double triple agent stuff. I don't know. That was a ramble, but it is a great time to be an OP fan right now. Yeah, there's so much stuff to talk about. I've been loving all the videos and stuff that everyone's been doing. It really is sweet. And there's no break. So I'm looking forward to that next Thursday. Probably around the same time, probably like 6:30 or something. But yeah, I'm gonna head out of here, Shade. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Seriously. Take care and I'll see you soon. And everyone who came in to watch the stream too. That was dope. I sincerely appreciate it. So yeah, take care. See you guys.